On this week's episode, come along as we make our way to and through settlement, move our belongings out of storage and into our new basement, and receive a lot, no really a lot, of help, love, and support from our biggest cheerleaders. But first, we are Whitney, Jonathan, Clark, Annie, and Arlo. We're a family who believes in taking chances and living a life we love. Our hearts have been longing for change, for space, for learning, for adventure, right at home. So what did we do? We sold our home without a permanent place to land. We moved into our sister's basement. We found and purchased the property that we believe will house the hopes and growth of our family for years to come. Join us as we roll up our sleeves to get ready for renovating. Watch us turn a house into a home and acres of grass into a farm. Welcome to Follow the Whisper. We have arrived at settlement week on our new property, and I seriously can't believe that we are at this point already. Settlement is tomorrow. And I'm not really sure what those moves are, but they're doing soccer camp this week. Oh, she's gonna show you her jersey. Oh, she's famous. Just in time for the Women's World Cup. Say USA, USA.
Look who else is famous.
Who else is famous? It has been quite an adventure and quite a series of ups and downs along the way. House that we saw earlier was a no again, unfortunately. It seems like that's kind of the trend for us.
We got the house.
Oh, sweet! Yay! We got the house, Annie and Clark. Took us a long time to find the right place for us. It's hard to believe that after looking at so many places and just not feeling like any of them was ever the right one, that we found this place pretty much as soon as we moved into my sister and brother-in-law's basement. We took a chance and we jumped and sold our home very quickly before we knew where we were going to land. Pretty much as soon as we looked at each other and said, let's do it, and jumped as a family, we found this place. Good morning. It is settlement day. Oh, add another one to the pile. Settlement happened really quick on this property. When we said that we were interested, when we placed an offer, and when we heard back on that offer, our contract terms were that we were going to settle in about 3 weeks from our signatures. Where are we going?
To the house to do settlement.
Yeah, we're gonna do the final walkthrough. Yep. We're home, Clark. Yeah, we're here. We're at settlement, and it's just crazy how much of a blur the past couple of weeks have been. Tell everybody the big news.
We bought a house. We actually own it now. Settlement was very smooth.
They're no longer homeless.
We're no longer homeless.
We're no longer homeless. You're right, Clark.
Heading back to get Arlo and Annie, and then back to the storage unit. Start packing up.
We have had to make contact with the folks that own our storage unit just so that we could coordinate, pickup and emptying of that.
Picked up the U-Haul truck. We're headed to storage. It's an exciting day, right? I think this might be Clark's favorite part of the whole day. Getting to be in the U-Haul truck.
Yep.
So,
Not storage.
Sounds good.
We have had to reach out to friends and family to ask if we could have help with the move. When Jonathan and I moved out of our last home and took all of our stuff over to storage, that was a gradual process and something that we were able to do for the most part on our own, as I've mentioned before. We just did trips basically every night for a couple of weeks and were able to get all of our things over there. From the time we announced to everyone that we did find a place, people have just been stepping forward right and left to offer their help to us. I just placed the pizza order for all the people that are helping. We actually had a little bit of a change in plans. My sister offered to watch the kids, but we decided, you know what, we want them to be a part of this because this is a big day for everybody in our family. We want to experience it together. Then Jonathan and I were crazy and we decided to just open it up to everyone. So we said, bring all the kids. When I did the tally, including all of the kids, I think it's 37 people. Obviously not everybody's gonna be at the storage unit helping with that part. That'll just be a smaller group of people, but more the merrier. It'll be fun. We're excited for everybody to see it. And this time around, we do have to take advantage of those offers, because instead of having that gradual process of being able to move things over a period of time, we have one evening to get our stuff out of storage and over to the basement of the new home. We have had lots of friends and family who have willingly said, yes, we will volunteer our muscles. So many people are looking out for us. So many people are excited for us to start this next phase of our journey. And so many people want to be a part of it. Our plan, and this might be very ambitious, but we figured if we were able to get all of that stuff in on our own, our goal is that we should be able to load up the rental truck within about maybe 30 to 45 minutes. It is very hot. It is probably 90 degrees out here, but everybody's here helping. And for a while it was feeling like we were not making much progress. We're coming up on the hour point, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. We're almost done. Then we will haul over to our new home, which is about 20 minutes from the storage unit. I'm following the U-Haul. Jonathan and the kids are up there. They are taking their time, going slow, and taking the corners very gingerly.
We're waiting for you. Come soon. Here they come. They have a parade. Clark might be driving.
The unloading part may be a little bit more time consuming just because we did make the choice to put our belongings down in the basement instead of the garage. So it's going to involve unloading the truck and walking around the side of the home to gain access to the basement. Overall, I'm very hopeful that it is not going to be a long and time consuming process on either end, loading up the truck or unloading the truck. I think we're gonna be able to tackle it quickly and get moved in quickly. I can already tell from the hour that we have been here that this was the best purchase of our life. Look at all these kiddos that are up in our pool. The folks who are helping us are the few who are going to get the tour of the inside of the house this week. But if you would like to see the inside and if you would like to get a tour of the house before we do any of the work, then you will have to come back next week because I will be walking you through the inside of the home as it is before we put any sort of our touch and our style in it. But you don't get to see it yet. Even with settlement happening and taking ownership of the new property, we have decided to take Ashley and Kyle up on the offer of staying with them while we are renovating. So we are gonna continue for the time being to be basement dwellers. I don't know what the exit plan or exit strategy is at this point. When we get to a point where we feel like it would be more beneficial to be there than here, then we will make that transition and we will take you along for the ride. The biggest change that I would say that has happened over the couple of weeks that we have been here is the progress and the change in Arlo. Apparently Arlo's getting very comfortable here. He walked away from me for a second. I couldn't see where he was going. He's now made it couch official. Buddy, you're not supposed to be up there. Look at him not looking at me. When we first moved in, we were down in the basement pretty much 100% of the time. He understood that that was his domain and that was his new home. Ashley is very bad and she has spoiled him immensely. We would let him out to go to the bathroom from the basement downstairs, and he would round the corner and come up and stare at her upstairs through the kitchen door, and she would cave within 5 seconds of him being there and let him in. In case anybody's been wondering how life with all of the kitty cats is going, my sister's a pushover and lets them come upstairs like this. Kitty kitties usually sit around the perimeter. Oh, don't go over to Kitty. Be nice. So now Arlo believes that the entire house is his. The good news is he is very patient with the kitties. He's definitely curious and he would like to play with them. He often goes and sits in front of them and just stares at them and wags his tail like, come on, you know you want to play with me. Meanwhile, they stare at him with their evil cat faces and occasionally growl or hiss. Arlo definitely feels comfortable here now, so it will be another transition for him certainly when we move into our new home. So yeah, it's a big week for us. We are taking the next step. We are moving forward with the purchase of this home and we truly can't wait. The process thus far has gone very smoothly. I hope that I'm not jinxing myself here because I'm recording this a couple of days ahead of settlement. Funny thing about taping my talking part before things actually happen is that sometimes they don't really happen the way you think they're going to. I had to laugh because I just taped like yesterday or the day before saying so far things were going smoothly with settlement and they still are. No big drama or anything. But pretty much right after I was editing the clip of that, we got a text from Jonathan's dad last night saying, call me when you can. No context. Jonathan was at the movie with Kyle and the boys at the time and I was like, oh crap, because I knew right away that it had something to do with settlement. We're still good, things are still going, but the owner was having a little bit of difficulty getting his things out in time. Sounds like he's in good shape. Breathing a little bit easier, but Jonathan's filming me right now and I didn't even tell him this part. The kids and I just got home from their soccer camp and as I was driving down Ashley and Kyle's road, a black cat ran right in front of the car and I said, not having it, it's gonna be good luck because I think there is some country in the world, I'll have to look it up, but I think there is some country where black cats are good luck. So I am reharnessing the black cat vibe and it is positive and it means that everything else is gonna go beautifully this week. Time and time again, as a family, we have been encouraged and reminded and just really feel like this is where we were meant to be all along and we could not be more excited to watch the story unfold. It's nearly 11 at night. It's been a very long and exhausting day, but I am tired in the very best way. Tonight was an absolute reminder of why we did this in the first place. It was a really emotional night and it felt so good to have the people that mean the most to us there for us. The caravan with the U-Haul truck first and then all of the cars and trucks behind was able to pull up the driveway to a welcoming committee lined up on the deck and I just started crying happy tears because it was just an awesome experience. It felt so right. Walking around the property with our family and friends was beautiful. Seeing the fireflies after the sunset was amazing. Honestly, I think today was one of the best days of my life. I feel so happy, I feel so full. And as I always say, I feel so thankful. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of our family, and we will see you next week.